Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're really digging into an article that suggests a massive shakeup is underway in one of the world's biggest industries, automotive. Our source for this exploration is financial analyst Kevin Paffrath's article, and it's got a vague title, Lucid and Uber Just Broke the Auto Industry. But this isn't just about cars, though. It's a really fascinating look at technology, strategy, and some pretty surprising financial moves. So our mission here, for you listening, is to pull out the most important nuggets from this source, help you understand the tech, the strategic plays, the money side, and, what it all means for how we're going to get around in the future.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is just how fast this whole landscape is shifting. This particular deep dive, it really highlights this intricate dance between innovation, money, and these big strategic partnerships. It's like we're seeing a whole new playbook for success emerge.
A new playbook.
Okay.
And right at the heart of this breaking of the industry, according to Paffrath anyway, is Lucid Motors, a company that's been, kind of at a make-or-break moment, right? The article really zooms in on the Uber deal. So we're talking about Uber committing to buy, 20,000 Lucid Gravity SUVs over 6 years?
That's right, starting in 2026. And it's specifically for their future robotaxi fleet.
Okay, and the scale of that, here's where it gets really interesting. Lucid only delivered 3,300 vehicles last quarter, so in order for 20,000 over time. That kind of demand could literally double Lucid's output annually, couldn't it?
Yeah.
How big a deal is that for them right now?
Oh, it's absolutely critical. A genuine lifeline, really. Lucid's financial situation, it's been incredibly fragile. They've been burning through something like $600 million per quarter.
Per quarter, wow.
Which, if you do the math, it leaves them with roughly maybe a 1-year cash runway, give or take.
Year.
Pretty much. So this Uber partnership, it gives them exactly what they desperately needed. Instant credibility, a guaranteed path for production, and that vital investor confidence. It's also worth mentioning the rumors about a stock split, a 1-for-10 reverse split, apparently.
To boost the share price.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Consolidate shares to lift the price, improve the optics, maybe make it look a bit more attractive to the big institutional investors.
Okay, wow. So this is way more than just a big order. It's like a strategic lifeline for Lucid.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned NeuroAI. They're part of this tech partnership, too.
They are.
Paffrath's article brings them up, and their story seems, surprising. They apparently just pivoted from delivery bots to autonomous vehicles.
That's the story, yeah. Quite a shift.
So I'm trying to figure out what their secret sauce is here. Is their tech really that groundbreaking, or is there, something else going on with their sudden role in this massive deal?
That's a really sharp question, and it gets to a key insight from the article. The surprising truth seems to be that NeuroAI's core technology, it's actually Nvidia's drive platform.
Nvidia, so they're not building it all themselves.
Right. It means most of the actual self-driving tech they're using is, outsourced. Paffrath puts it pretty bluntly, calls NeuroAI less an innovator and more a branding front for Nvidia's AI stack.
A branding front. Huh.
Yeah, and that really highlights where Nvidia is winning here. They're providing, basically everything. The simulation tools, the cloud compute, the chips themselves, the whole software stack.
So everything needed to make the self-driving work.
Pretty much. And as more companies like NeuroAI use Nvidia's system, it creates this really powerful flywheel of growth for Nvidia. More GPU sales leads to more cloud demand, which means more Nvidia licensing fees, and ultimately just more AI deployments everywhere. It feeds itself.
So Nvidia's kind of building the operating system for self-driving cars that everyone else can use.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, they're building the foundation.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Now let's shift back to Uber for a second. This partnership with Lucid and NeuroAI, it feels like a huge departure from their usual model.
Yeah.
Drivers owning their own cars.
It is a big departure.
So why would Uber, which has always been pretty asset light, suddenly decide to buy a whole fleet of cars instead of just, connecting drivers and riders?
Right, and this is where Uber's play gets really, really clever. It's not just about the tech, it's financial too.
Yeah.
So first off, owning the vehicles helps Uber guarantee ride availability, and they can control the user experience much better, which is, super important for their brand.
Okay, consistency. Makes sense.
But here's the kicker, the part Paffrath highlights. Uber gets significant tax benefits. There's this thing called the 100% bonus depreciation rule.
But what is depreciation?
Yeah, apparently stemming from the Trump tax cuts. And because the Lucid Gravity SUV weighs just over the 6,000-pound limit, it qualifies as a large vehicle. This lets Uber potentially deduct the full purchase cost against their taxable income right in the first year.
The full cost.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's a massive financial incentive. And there's maybe even another angle Paffrath touches on. Uber could potentially make money just from the value of its stake, or perceived stake, in Lucid if Lucid stock responds well to all this news. Equity gains.
Wow. Talk about thinking outside the box. Using tax codes as a strategic tool in the auto tech race, that's something.
It's pretty shrewd financial engineering layered on top of the operational strategy.
Okay, so Uber's playing a really clever game here. But what does all this mean for the other big names in the EV and autonomous space? Who else is making moves or maybe feeling the heat? Paffrath's article mentions Rivian, calls them the Quile powerhouse. What's their story?
Yeah, Rivian comes across looking pretty strong in comparison, especially to Lucid. The article notes they're actually gross profitable now.
Meaning they make money on the cars themselves, before overhead.
Exactly. Unlike Lucid, historically. And Rivian's delivering way more vehicles, maybe 3 times more. Their guidance for 2025 is something like 40,000 to 46,000 deliveries.
Okay, much bigger scale.
Definitely. Plus, they have a significantly longer cash runway, maybe around 2.25 years, based on Paffrath's analysis, and their revenue is more diverse.
So financially, much healthier.
Seems so. And Paffrath believes it's pretty much inevitable that Rivian will eventually partner with an AI stack too, probably something like Nvidia's, given where the whole industry is going.
Right. Makes sense if Nvidia is building that foundation.
Yeah.
So Rivian seems like they're quietly building a solid business. Now, let's talk Tesla. The article puts them kind of in the crosshairs. Tesla, obviously, they used Nvidia way back, but now they're all in on building their own full-stack system, top to bottom, with Nvidia now basically arming everyone else. What kind of challenge does this create for Tesla?
It's a significant challenge, according to this analysis. As Nvidia empowers, potentially everyone else with this really capable AI stack, Tesla faces what Paffrath calls an onslaught of new Nvidia-powered competitors.
No, onslaught, that's a strong word.
It is. And the article suggests maybe Tesla's current lack of brand new vehicle models, combined with their laser focus only on autonomy, might actually hurt their broader consumer appeal, at least in the near term.
Interesting. So the competition heats up not just on tech, but maybe on product freshness too?
Potentially. Paffrath's kind of final thought on this is pretty stark. He basically says Tesla versus Nvidia is the true duopoly in the autonomous race. Everyone else either builds on Nvidia or falls behind.
Wow. Okay, so a real tech platform war shaping up.
Yeah.
So boil it all down. What does this whole situation mean? Who are the real winners in this shifting landscape, according to Kevin Paffrath's take?
Okay, yeah, let's summarize the winners based on this analysis. First, Lucid. They get huge momentum, crucial production contracts. It might let them raise more money soon and basically secure their future if they execute well.
Right, a lifeline.
Then Uber. They become this tech-integrated fleet owner, which helps their service, the user experience, and they get those big tax benefits. Very clever. NeuroAI. They kind of ride Nvidia's coattails into relevance, finding a path into the autonomous vehicle space that maybe wasn't there before.
Piggybacking on Nvidia.
Exactly, which leads to Nvidia, clearly positioned here as the biggest winner. They look set to dominate the AI automotive stack, kind of like, Microsoft with operating systems back in the day.
The platform provider. Got it.
Then Rivian. Seems well-positioned, financially strong, likely poised for its own AI partnership soon. They look solid.
Quietly strong.
And finally, Tesla. They face, increasing pressure. They need to keep innovating, maybe beyond just autonomy for consumers, as the competition gets supercharged by Nvidia.
Okay, that lays it out clearly. Now, if we connect this all to the bigger picture, what are the broader lessons? What insights can you, our listener, take away from this deep dive?
Yeah, good question. I think there are a few key takeaways here. First, AI, particularly these powerful platforms like Nvidia's, is really acting as a great equalizer. It lets smaller companies, maybe even startups like NeuroAI in a sense, compete with giants like Tesla on the tech front.
Levels the playing field a bit.
Kind of, yeah. Second, balance sheets still really matter. Lucid's deal looks great on paper, but it could still fall apart if they don't manage their finances carefully and keep executing. Stability is key.
Right, the fundamentals.
Third, strategic pivots can work. NeuroAI is showing that, with the right partnerships, a company can potentially reinvent itself pretty quickly.
Adaptability.
Definitely. Fourth, Real value, serious value, gets created when you combine hardware, software, and smart financial strategy. Uber's play isn't just tech, it's also financial engineering with that tax angle.
The whole package.
Exactly. And finally, for anyone investing or just watching the space, keep a close eye on Nvidia's ecosystem. It's rapidly becoming the foundational tech layer for a huge part of auto industry's future. It's like the picks and shovels play for automotive AI.
Okay, those are some really powerful takeaways. What an incredible look at how all these different pieces, tech, finance, strategy, are converging and really reshaping the future of how we move. Hopefully this deep dive has given you a bit of a shortcut to getting up to speed on this incredibly fast-changing landscape.
Yeah, and maybe it raises an important question for you to think about. How are the traditional huge automotive giants, the Fords, the GMs, the Toyotas, how are they going to respond to this new world, this paradigm of AI partnerships and, frankly, clever financial moves? Are they already too far behind the curve? Or maybe will they leverage their massive scale and existing resources to adapt even faster than we might expect? Something to ponder.
That's a great question to leave things on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Keep asking those big questions, and we'll see you next time.